I like this industrial table. I just realized that.
I already hit start streaming.
Pipe and fittings.
Custom made.
live, boy.
I can't help it that I look good, smell good. Woo! Can dance all night long.
This chair's so high.
Let's put our.
Where'd you go?
What'd you do? Did you break it?
Sit as close as you two can together.
Yeah.
Is this good?
Is this cousin? This
I'm
is-
so glad I'm on this
part
side
is
of
that
the table.
This is actually live.
I'm
Like,
so
that
glad.
part made the cut.
So glad I'm on this side of the table.
Same.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds
down?
nice. What up? We're live. What's up, people? Why don't crunch those Cheez-Its around a little bit more for the good people.
Hello, people.
See, Swagger Jack and Danny Palm. Where's that shirt? I want to show that shirt off on the podcast. The Danny Palm
shirt.
official Hello People shirt. Look at that.
Fresh off the press.
Beautiful. Danny Palm, killing it on the keys. Nice to see you today, dude. Got a little crowd here. Got somebody kind of important sitting across from me, as you guys may have seen the belt on the
I'm
table.
right next to you, bro.
Got jokes. Ethan Goss, asleep at 3:30, awake at like 6:30. Champ stuff in the podcast studio at 10:30. Look
Yep.
at you go.
No rest for the wicked, brother.
Pretty good, pretty good run for you, dude. These last couple 24, 48 hours.
Yeah. Last
Couple years.
couple years. Yeah. Yeah, last couple years, last 3 years. Pretty good run.
Pretty
So-
fair. Pretty fair. I mean, I got to jump right into the title fight, obviously. Huge fight for you. Calvin had all the confidence in the world. We talked to him on the podcast right before it. We were like, this dude's so dialed in. He was saying all the right things. He was super confident, all that.
And then he smoked you for like a couple minutes.
But then the wily veteran did wily veteran stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I told you guys yesterday. I told Kavanaugh when I talked to him. I told my whole team. Like,
Swing.
I read like.
See
and
how this is right by our mouth?
Yeah.
I mean, you're
All
used
right.
to that, so hurry up and get in there.
Nice.
I literally like I read Calvin like a book. You know, I watched him walk into the arena last night. As soon as he got there, you know, it's 5:30. We're the main event on a 16 fight card. We're going out at midnight. He's warming up already. As soon as he gets there, shadow boxing, doing sprawls on the mat, warming up. I said to my team, like, man, he's nervous. Like, and there's a reason why I know. Is because he was me 4 years ago when I fought John. Right? Like, I felt that. I'm like, dude, I feel what you feel. I know what you're thinking. I thought what you thought. Like, I felt the exact same thing. But the difference is you're thinking tonight where I know. And I told the whole team that. You know what I mean? And, dude, I was just, oh, man, so sharp, mentally sharp, physically sharp. Everything was just on point. Like, it was, I knew all day yesterday it was my night. You know what I mean?
Dude, those knees were scary, bro.
Dude,
I'm
not
just
a
saying.
one of them landed.
I'm just saying, well, like, Kaylee, your wife is in the studio. When you're watching them knees hit, were you like, oh, shoot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was you know,
Yeah.
he brought it, like, dude brought it.
That's what we talked about. Like, me and Darren and the rest of the team were like, listen, he's going to be a fireball in the first round. Like, he's going to come out. And, you know, I felt like I was going to probably pick him apart on the feet a little bit, and then he was going to want to shoot within the first 30 seconds. I come out, set up a beautiful head kick, first thing right off the bat, and landed flush, then brought the liver kick right behind it. That was when he was like, okay, time to wrestle. Where I made a mistake was I've tried pressuring forward and forcing another kick. I should have been a little bit more patient right there and let him, you know what I mean, take a shitty shot instead of, you know, pressure into him and give him the opportunity for the takedown. He shot in, got the takedown. Like, it was a little bit of a scramble. He got to it. He was really good at, like, picking at the legs. Like, he would hook your leg against the fence and then pick the other leg with his hand. And it was a little bit different than what most people do. And I felt it the first time. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, that's pretty good. Like, like, this kid's, you know what I mean? Like, he's pretty good. And I just knew, you know, I talked to like my team and everybody, like, man, you know, when you get in them situations, you just keep your composure and you remain calm. And perfect example is that that 18-year-old kid that just fought in UFC.
Yeah.
Dominated that dude in the first round, had him in horrible positions. What'd that guy do? Christian Rodriguez. He remained calm, turned it around, second, third round, destroyed him. You know what I mean? That's veteran tactics right there. It just remained calm. And at one point, you know, in the middle of the scramble, his head was on my chest, and I felt his chest on mine. I was on the bottom, and I felt him just. And I'm like, if you can see in the camera, you can probably see a grin on my face because I just started to grin like, yep, it's happening. Like, you're doing exactly what I thought you were going to do.
That's crazy, man. I turned to Jim at probably the exact moment you're describing, actually, because it was funny because we had so many amateur fights right that night. We had 13 amateur fights. And I turned to Jim and I'm like, I'm about to say the dumbest thing ever, the most no shit thing ever, but pros are so much better than amateurs. like when you escaped that, and it was exactly what you said. It was so calm. You were like, I'm in danger. To the viewer, it's like, this is not a good spot, but you were just like, la-di-da, la-di-da, I'm going to get up now. And I was like, that, like, amateurs do not do it. That was pure veteran pro wisdom.
I didn't think he was that fruity about it, though.
I think it was.
La-di-da.
I heard
it. You know what I mean?
You couldn't hear it.
Wrist,
it's because it was right in front of me. I could hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I had a couple people text me and was like, dude, you look like the legitimate pro on the card tonight.
Yeah.
And that's just the level I'm at. You know, that's the level I'm at mentality wise. That's the level I'm at physically. You know, I said in the post fight, Ange, she took over my diet this time. Professional nutritionist, dude, had me down to a T, like week by week, checking in. Like, what do you weigh now? Like, what do you weigh on Friday morning? Like, and just this is what you do: cut the carbs. Don't cut all the carbs. Just cut them right, like from 4 p.m. and like just a schedule for it. Dude, I got down to 148 Thursday night.
Wow.
And I only had to pull 3 Friday morning. I didn't even feel sucked out. Like, compared to the Tobias fight where I had to suck 12, and I was like, oof, I was in rough shape. And I think that's why I was a little bit flat-footed and stuff and stay on that fight. But just totally changed the game for me, you know, working with her.
Folks, this is the Pittsburgh Combat Sports Podcast. Right now, we're on Facebook Live. We usually shoot these podcast episodes on 247 Live. So we're doing this one right here on Facebook Live. However, you got to download the app. We're doing this all the time. 247 Live is the app. And you can also, on the web, you can go to stream247live.com and catch all of our podcasts.
Whoa. Sorry, guys. I was trying to share the stream while you're cutting a promo, and I had my sound on like a rookie, like an absolute rookie.
Speaking of cutting promos.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so, folks.
Way to roll right into that one.
I mean,
That was nice.
so there are some iconic moments in promo history, right? You got your Ric Flair promos, Dusty Rhodes promos. You got your Stone Cold promos. Kurt Angle had some great promos. The Rock promo. Okay. But probably the most iconic promo in the history of WWE was Stone Cold Steve Austin, the one that made him
Who he was.
The one that really made him Stone Cold.
The 96 King of the Ring.
Yeah, 96 King of the Ring. Stone Cold's talking about Jake Roberts, right?
Yeah, Jake the Snake Roberts. He beat Jake the Snake Roberts in the finals.
So Jake the Snake found faith in the last couple of years before that, and he was always talking about,
you can go ahead and thump your Bible.
So Stone Cold gives this promo that was like, you can talk about your Psalms, but Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Yeah, dude, and that was off the fly. Like when he talks about it, like he come off the top of his head with that in that moment, and look how iconic it was. Like
it was ridiculous. It was such a good promo. And then Ethan Goss last night, man, pulled that out.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, marketing's a big part of this game, and for the guys coming up, there's a difference between, obviously being arrogant and cocky and all that stuff, and just marketing yourself. Faith. I'm a believer myself. You know what I mean? And I know Calvin was a believer in Christ and a higher power. And I'll never disrespect his faith. And that's what I said. Like, I respect that. And I got to respect that. But
I also got to cut a promo.
yeah, I also got to cut a promo tonight.
Yeah.
And, man, dude, I just thought about it. I was like in the shower one day. I'm like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And then it started coming to me. I'm like, he's a religious guy. How about we use that? Everything started coming to me. And I'm like, a little bit cheesy because you're Robin from Stone Cold. But, hey, you know what I mean? It's an iconic line.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I need to end it with something. So I'm like, all right, let's do the Dana call out at the end of it. Every day on the way to the gym, I'd pass this certain field, and it was like a mental clock. I'd just start rehearsing it. I'd rehearse it on the way to the gym. There's times I'd video record myself, and I'd listen to it, and I'm like, oh, got to change it. You know what I mean? And then it was just, I wouldn't think about it all day long until I was passing that field on the way to the gym, and I'm like, okay, rehearse it. You know what I mean?
That's
All right,
amazing.
not to
dude.
interrupt you guys, but I think the Facebook stream went out.
Uh-oh.
How long ago?
Why is Facebook lame-o?
Way to go, Danny.
I'm still watching it right here.
Sorry.
Let's see. Is it out? Can somebody double check that?
I'm gonna try to jump in on it.
On mine, it's just stuck. It's just stuck on a still of Ethan.
Well, at least it's me and not Ryan.
I mean, that's a good
Why-
place
why-
to get
what?
stuck, for
Why
sure.
me? What? Like, is Hunter your like?
I don't know why mine's still rolling. If this
All
is
right,
still
it's
rolling,
good, I guess.
yeah.
It's-
If this is still rolling,
okay.
guys, then we're sorry for the false
Yeah.
alarm. Danny Palm's computer's wigging up, but we're good. All right, we're rolling, dude. I didn't know this is. You guys are going to die at this. I didn't know that was a Stone Cold. I thought you made all that up.
No. Oh, man.
I literally was like,
You're
dude, this
dumb.
is really
Come on,
good,
Hunter.
Ethan.
So,
I
like-
was like, Ethan's killing it, dude. This is great.
Like when I was a
Stole
kid, when I was a kid, dude, WWF was my life. Like I loved it.
Did you have hair then?
Yes, I had
Okay,
hair
I
then.
just
I had
curious.
hair. I had hair. Up to like 4 years ago.
When
maybe
you
3
started
years
when you
ago.
started at 2
Well,
or 7.
since I'm like after I met Kaylee is when I started losing my hair. So it's her fault. But no, I just loved it as a kid. Like and that was what I wanted to do. Like, and then I mean, when I got to wrestling in high school, like I thought I was
yeah.
going to be hitting kids with chairs and shit. You know what I mean? But found out that it was a whole different job of wrestling, and you know what I mean. Went into it, and then still to this day, like I'll watch like WrestleMania. I'll watch WrestleMania. I don't necessarily watch the show. I'll watch like highlights online or I watch promos. I watch these guys cut the mic. Like I watch Cody Rhodes talking to Mike. I watch Roman Reigns talking to Mike. Stone Cold, John Cena. Dude, you can learn from these guys. Like you literally got to take it and mash it up with what you're doing. And you can make it work. Like Michael Chandler's promo when he called out his first fight in the UFC when he called out Khabib.
Yeah.
That was a Ric Flair promo.
Yeah.
He literally took the basics of a Ric Flair promo and turned it into his own and reworded it for his own. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's smart business. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing about like pro wrestling is like I don't watch a lot, but I love the business of pro wrestling.
Yeah,
like,
I'm the same way.
and
Yep.
and the intricacies of like the business side of it is like
it's
awesome.
it's corny, like in a sense, but I mean those dudes are serious athletes. To
Oh,
be
yeah.
that big of
Oh,
a
for
dude
sure.
and to do some of the stuff they do, they're freakish athletes.
Dude, when
and I'm
Brock Lesnar's doing those flips off the top, well,
And-
he got jacked,
but like you got to respect those guys because that is harder on their body. They're doing that freaking 5-6 times a week.
those dudes
Exactly.
kill
And their
themselves for
bodies
the
are
sport.
just is way harder on their body than you know what I mean. Just
Oh, for
imagine
sure.
jumping up and falling on your back
Yeah.
35 times, in a matter of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, with that amount of weight and power
Oh,
behind
yeah.
the fall too. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of force hitting the mat. Yeah. Those guys are nuts. I never got into it, but I'm sorry that I didn't know that.
yeah,
was
man.
so cool.
These last couple, like I just knew, like okay, if you want to get somebody's attention, you need to make enough noise that they can hear you clear out in Vegas. You know what I mean? And that was what the deal was last night. It was like, let's be loud and clear, so they know this is 5 in a row now.
Right.
This is unbeaten in 3 years. I said it. I hold the most prestigious title in the state of Pennsylvania in the deepest weight class.
Yeah.
Like I'm the number one guy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. I am ready any moment, anytime, anything you want to do. And, whatever happens is going to happen. You know what I mean? It's in the higher power's hands right now. So
For sure.
But, this was, and you guys knew this was not an easy fight to even get to.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. I got injured about 8 weeks out as soon as I started to camp. Possibly tore a ligament in my shoulder, stretched or torn, one or the other. I didn't go get an MRI or anything, it was just painful. But I was
Wolverines don't need no stinking MRIs.
I got mutant healing powers. But and I had Isaac look at it, and I had another chiropractor and stuff look at it and work on it. Like, you can take my collarbone and like clunk it around. It'll like clunk, clunk,
Doesn't
clunk.
seem right.
No.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and it was like, all right, well, 8 weeks out. I went to Mexico. I was like, the week I was in Mexico, like, I'll jump on some prednisone, like, see if we can fix it up. Felt great for 2 weeks.
They got
come
really
back.
good whatever it is.
Prednisone. It felt great for 2 weeks. I was back at the gym for a week. Bam, right back at it. And there were some mornings I woke up and I'm just like, oh, dude, I can't. Like, I couldn't lift my arm over my head. Like, still right now, like, that's as high as I get it. I have to, like, pull it up. You know what I mean?
Does it hurt
So
when you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, right there. Like, I got to pull it up. And I, like, talked to Isaac, and he's like, listen, it's the AC joint coming across on the collarbone. He's like, it's not. The good thing is it's not going to pop out of socket. And that's when, like, I talked to you guys. I said, listen, hey, this is what's going on. Because I always want to keep you guys in the loop. As if there's a chance that it's going to happen, I want you guys to know first.
Sure.
Because if there's a replacement you can make or whatever you can do, you know what I mean? I want you guys to have first, opportunity to take care of what needs taken care of. But
And that's just a note to fighters. Like, you tell us something, you're banged up somewhere. Like, it doesn't leave us. Like, you can give us a heads up without worrying about people finding out.
They're gonna talk in their group, but you know what I mean. They're not gonna Ryan's not gonna call Calvin and be, hey, his shoulder's messed up.
Well,
he probably
We told him on the
him.
podcast.
I texted
Yeah.
him.
We were like, attack Ethan's left shoulder, actually.
that sounds like something he'd do. But no, man, and then I got tennis elbow in my left elbow, and I'm like, shit. So I got one of the mace wraps, and then finally that went away, and then I got it in my right elbow, and I'm like, what is going on?
That's nuts.
And then the shoulder injury caused muscle spasms in my neck and my back, and to where it was like
2 days ago he started his period. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
so bad.
2 weeks of like
falling
a
apart.
constant, strain in my back on a muscle spasm. And then I fast forward and I'm like, all right, I'm coming out of this. Like, this is great. It's fight week, all this stuff. I'm in the room Monday night with Cam. We're drilling. Same basic drills we've been doing for 5 years. Bang, clash heads, split my eyebrow open.
Yeah, that text was scary. That one was like, oh,
let me
dude.
show you. I don't know if hold on. Let me try to hold up this picture. But
Yeah.
I got this picture Ethan sent me on Monday night. This is like not a fight week picture. Like, as a promoter, all I want to hear fight week is like, I'm not even going to the gym. Like, I'm just worrying about weight. Like, we don't want any contact because, we don't want to lose the fight. And now I can't find this. Oh, here it is.
You got it?
Yeah. So I get this. I don't know if you can see this.
We'll overlay it on the replay.
Here, let's put this up.
There you go. Good call.
Yeah.
I get that from Ethan on Monday night. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Split wide open right here. Right across the eye. Like, it was like, are you kidding
I'm
me?
like, what, dude? Why are you touching anybody? You should sit in your bed and like not touch a human fight week.
Yeah,
Dude.
just for people listening, to be clear why that is such a problem. Fighters go through a pre-fight physical on Friday, and if you don't
Yes.
pass that pre-fight physical, state that bout is shut
Yeah.
off,
They
and there's
say,
nothing we can do.
You're
about
done.
We literally had
You're
a
not-
doc that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And he was making us duck walk and shit.
I
and,
saw
like, do
that.
all this stuff. And I'm like,
wait. Hold on.
yeah.
I missed that.
dude, we
What-
were duck
what?
walking.
it. Yeah, I
We
saw
were
that.
literally
It
had
was
to squat
awesome.
down and we were duck walking.
That
Like,
is
And
awesome.
like, obviously, Kaylee put a little bit of makeup on it, and we put some stuff on it that was supposed to heal the cut. Ray was the one that fixed it up. He laid me down on the boxing ring and like liquid stitched it. You know what I mean? Put the butterfly strips on it. Left them on there for days. Like, all right, we're just gonna Vaseline over it. Be very careful with it. Like I only when I moved around with people the next night, it was only Darren and Cam.
Because Cam's so safe with
like,
you.
it was a freak thing. It really was. Like Cam and I have never once hurt each other. You know what I mean? In the years that we trained, and it was just one of those things that just happened. He does start to hurt my feelings. Yeah, little prick. Dude, he does. Like, dude, I'm telling you, he is the toughest dude for me to go with. Like, when I go with him, dude, that kid has me figured out. Just because we, so many times.
Oh yeah, you guys know each other inside and out.
And it's such a stalemate. Like, even on the feed anymore, it's like, God, like people don't realize how good that kid is. I'm telling you, he is phenomenal.
I do. He is so good.
But
we know for sure. Yeah,
dude, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna show it again. He's gonna open some eyes again here.
Well, that's a stacked, literally a stacked division.
Absolutely.
135 here in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of talent.
135 to 155 in the whole state of Pennsylvania is just loaded, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, loaded. Like you look at the tapology on the 45ers, there's like 70 of us. You know what I mean? And you go to like 70 pounders or 85 pounders, and there's like 20.
Oh yeah.
You got a heavyweight, there's 4.
Well, that's what I always say. Like in Pennsylvania, around here, like if you're 170 or higher, like you're a heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sheldon.
Yeah. He's in Delaware or Maryland now. He just texted me there today and said he's gonna fight in June. So I was like, good, guys. I'm glad you're getting back on the horse.
That's awesome.
Where's he training at?
Infinity Martial Arts, I think is what it's called. He's with Mike Otwell. You remember Mike? He fought on Bellator that the same night I did.
Yep.
Yeah, he's down there with Mike Otwell and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet.
I guess he's doing good. He's, he says he's doing good and enjoying it and stuff. And so, I mean, good for him. I think he's more like he just wants to fight for the experience and then, wants to kind of be a coach and help other people out. That's kind of his main goal.
That's awesome.
So, I mean,
nice.
Yeah, like, man, whatever you want to do, fucking go do it.
That's sweet. Good for him, man. I'm happy for him for sure. Got the $1 million question for you, Ethan. We talk about getting to the UFC and everything, but ultimately your management is on the case there, I'm sure. Have you had a direct conversation yet? Like, guys, let's
I just talked to Tanner. Actually, he's texting me now, but I texted him last night, said, and still, brother, one and done. You know what I mean? First round sub, like, listen.
What do I need to do?
You know what I mean? You guys told me when I was 8-6, get 2 more. We can make something happen with you. I held up my end of the deal, man. You know what I mean? I went through the fire and I did what I needed to do. I put 5 together in a row. I beat some absolute savages to get there and put on, like, let's make something happen now. And like I said, even with the shoulder issue and stuff, like I'm gonna heal it. But if they call me tomorrow and say, hey, can you go to, Texas next week for the UFC? I don't know whether the hell the UFC should. Yes. Can you go to Abu Dhabi? Yes. Can you go wherever in the world and fight anybody? Yes. You know what I mean?
Plus, you were just in Mexico, so you got the passport and everything.
I did, dude.
Right?
I'm
there
loaded.
you go.
I'm loaded and ready to go. I got a passport. My wife's got a passport. Like, we are ready to go.
When you look at that UFC roster, you look at that featherweight division. Like, you put yourself, like, do you see like certain matchups? Like, oh yeah, that's where I would.
Fit in. There's guys that I think definitely like. I mean, obviously, if I jump in there and have to fight. Max Holloway right off the bat. Like, oh yeah, it's probably going to be a rough night. But will I do it? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? It's the opportunity to be able to do it. Like, you got to jump on it. I mean, if you pass on that opportunity, you might not ever get it again. But ideally, like, if I could come in, and fight a guy that's around.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know.
We're just replaying
I hear Dave McKinney.
Yeah, we're just replaying the trailer somewhere. This is awesome.
But
just started playing
like real fight in the background.
Dave McKinney.
Our studio just plays promos at random, by the way. It's a new feature we got. Is it my laptop, Danny? Is it coming out of the studio speaker, the Mac Studio? I have no idea where that's coming from. But we got Ethan Goss's voice on a promo and Ethan Goss's voice in studio.
Yeah, dude. You know what I mean? It's literally any time, any place, anywhere. Like you guys, it's in their hands now. Like, let's make something happen. And like I said, we talked about it last time. I got a damn good management team. Yeah, we got some world class guys in Ryan Bader, Gregor Gillespie, Luke Rockhold, freaking Robbie Lawler, Gable Stevenson. You know what I mean? Bryce Meredith. We just got signed to Bellator. Like we got some good ass dudes right now.
Oh, that's huge, dude. Did you that picture? I don't know if you saw it of Gable Stevenson and Dante Culpepper. You remember him?
Yeah.
Dude, Dante Culpepper is huge.
Yeah.
I did not realize he was that big.
Yeah, I remember the quarterback for the Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. But standing beside Gable, like I was like, Gable dwarfs everybody, right? No, Dante like holds his own in that. I was like, damn, dude, imagine tackling that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, Gable's next level.
Dude, absolutely. And that was the cool thing about it, because like I said, they came after me, and it's like they got a small group. They got 50 guys under their roster, and they tracked me down. And it's like, I must be doing something right if I'm on the radar.
That's huge, man.
What I mean?
That is huge.
And Tanner tracked me down, and we had talks, and we had conference calls with me and Randall, and I haven't spoke with Dave yet personally, but he knows who I am. He follows me on Instagram and stuff. Dude, I'm ready to go.
That's sweet.
It's ready. Like I'm there now.
I mean, the track record of this belt right here, this pro belt, suggests that you should be there.
Yeah.
I mean,
3 times.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
I only got 2 belts because Ryan's a cheap ass and won't let me keep one of them. But put it back.
Now you can have one. Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, dude. We're obviously pumped to have you every single time. But
absolutely,
like we say, we hope that was the last one, dude.
Yeah. And, 247 just holds a special spot in my heart. Like, not to get all sappy because he's a douche. But there we go.
Come on, tell us how you really feel, Ethan. Get all sappy.
Like, when I met Ryan, he would come to Gorilla House to, interview all of us as we was getting ready for Bellator when he was running MMA Fancast or Octagon 24/7.
Yeah.
And at the time he said, "Yeah, I'd like to start my own promotion." Like, you know how many times I heard that? You know what I mean? And then he's legitimately like he gets Layshock back into it because Pittsburgh MMA was dead. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, your favorite person can brag about Madmen coming to Pittsburgh once a year. That ain't Pittsburgh MMA. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. Nothing against Madmen.
To be fair, Angela would not say he's Pittsburgh MMA at all.
Dude, it was dead in the water. Pinnacle was done. Gladiators of the Cage was done. You know what I mean? They had they each had a decent run, but they were done. It was dead in the water. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Nicole says. Nothing was going on, right? And then you get Layshock to bring it back. So Pinnacle's back. Awesome, right? This is wild. So now it's starting to come back up. And then you venture off and you want to do your own thing. And I'm like, this dude actually does want to have his own promotion. Like, hey, all right, Ryan, like I know a guy that's got a cage and I like the lighting and everything set up. Like, he'll sell it. And hooked him up. Those two got along great.
That's your boy.
Yeah. And then he missed a piece of the cage. So the very first show you guys did when they set the cage up the night before, I had to go to the guy's place and Altoona and pick the piece up and bring it to the show with me for him to finish setting the cage up. But yeah, dude, he started going, and then the first show, I'm like, wow, this is like pretty good. He's really, he's going all in on this.
Yeah.
And the next one went, and it just kept getting, each time they kept getting a little better, and then bam, here come the pandemic, and
crushed us.
And I told him, like, dude, I'm a loyal dog. Like, you treat me good, I'm gonna treat you good. And I swear by this. I was not on the card that got canceled. Cam and Sheldon were, I think. But I swear on my life, I swear on my raccoon's life, that if I was on that card, right, and I weighed in, and it got cut the day of because of this bullshit with COVID, I told him straight up, like, dude, if I would have been on that card, you would have kept every penny I was owed. As I would much rather see you and this promotion continue to grow and continue to build than me get $600 or whatever it might have been. You know what I mean? I can, like, not that I'm rich or anything, but like if $600 changes your life, you probably ought to reprioritize what some of the stuff you're doing. You know what I mean? I understand it will help everybody, but listen, you gotta be grinding. You know what I mean? You need to be grinding. Any chance you're not in the gym, you better be grinding to fill your pockets. And like I told him that, like, man, like I would genuinely from the bottom of my heart, like I would not take a dime from you if I would have been on that show. And you know, it just after the pandemic come back, you started building again and now look where it's at. Freaking podcast studio. You know what I mean? You guys are killing it. Like doing shit no regional promotion is doing, and it is an absolute honor to be able to be the professional champ for you guys and to be able to hold the title and basically kind of spearhead the way, you know, for the guys coming behind me. Just like Kama did for me. You know, I mean, Kama sent me a message last night and was like, dude, that was sick. And I just said, brother, I'm just driving down the road you paved. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm doing. So
it is great, man, to see the progression of everybody. Like you said, Pittsburgh MMA does have a rich history, but it was dead there for a while.
Oh, dude,
no doubt about it. So it's awesome to see where it is. That crowd last night in there, obviously.
I knew it was going to be wild.
That was completely insane.
I had trouble hearing Darren, and he's the easiest guy to hear.
Yeah.
Like, I had trouble hearing him.
It was nuts, man.
Yeah, and it was, and I told those guys too, like, you better be, because it's going to be wild in there. Because I was at the first one, and it was pretty nuts, where people were freaking screaming and stuff. And, all that shit was going on, and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be, it's jam-packed. Like, everyone's like, oh, how far away are the tickets? Like, are they good seats? I'm like, dude, the general admissions are
still close.
Are like good seats.
Right.
At
They're good
Monroeville.
stands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're
Yeah.
good. They're like a good spot at
in
Monroeville.
Monroeville,
Yeah.
Good
You know what I mean?
stands,
Like the
no.
general admission tickets here at the casino are, you know, what, 60 feet from the cage?
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
You're
Like,
basically still on
yeah,
it.
like you get a good show. Plus, you guys have the TVs up there, so you can see what's going on if they're behind a pillar or anything. So I mean,
We had one TV go out on us last night, and
that sucked.
and we got I saw this morning. Did you see the Google thing?
No.
So someone was going onto our Google page and messaging us like, "Fix that TV, I can't see
Oh,
it."
that's awesome. Sending
I
it
paid a
through
lot of money and came a long way.
No. Sending it through Google.
you guys said you killed it on the pay-per-view buys.
Pay-per-views
Yeah, the
were
pay-per-view buys
all-time
were wild.
high.
The show was an all-time high.
The show was an all-time.
I think
broke
literally
every
that
record.
show broke every record that we have. And
I'm curious.
Honor to headline it, man. It was
Dude,
an honor to be a headline
absolutely.
of it.
I'm actually curious, like when Dom fought
Garbrandt.
like
That was probably the biggest one outside of.
has to be, man.
Yeah.
how many people were there? Do we
The
have
only
any
person
idea?
the only person you'd be able to ask that would be Robert Joseph,
Mm-hmm.
the guy that owned Gladiators of the Cage. And I know he's still around. I mean,
No,
I just know
I've talked to him. He
Yeah.
lent us gloves for the first show
Yeah.
just so we had enough of everything. I mean,
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten them back yet, but I tried to get them back. I tried to get them back to him. They're sitting in my garage in a box. So
No, he was a good dude. Robert
yeah,
Joseph was a good guy.
totally great guy. I actually, when we were starting up, I took him out to lunch. Him and one of his.
It's probably Scott Benton.
It wasn't Benton.
Yeah, there was another guy that was always with him. I can't remember his name.
It's probably that guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now right at the moment, but
Josh something, but I can't remember.
Maybe I met with him and picked his brain. He was
Oh yeah.
super helpful, and he was like one of those guys like, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yeah.
And the answer is, "Why didn't you stop me?"
I think part of that didn't he was in a really bad car accident and got messed up pretty bad.
Robert?
And
I didn't know that.
And it was right when Gladiators of the Cage didn't have a show for a little while, and I think he was planning on trying to come back. And this might have been 2016, 2015-ish. And he was going to try to do a show, and I thought he ended up in a bad car accident that nearly killed him. And he, that pretty much put the boots to everything. Then he had to get his health back in order and stuff. But dude, good dude.
Yeah, he's totally solid guy.
Yeah, there's been so many good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You come out of this, even the guys from Pinnacle, like Joe D'Amore, like I said before. Joe D'Amore was awesome. Dave Click, Lay Shock always treated me good. just the amount of people you meet that are just Isaac Greeley, perfect example. Dude is the most genuine guy in the world, right? And he's like in the back, he's in my corner. You know what I mean? He's like, dude, I got your back. Like whenever you fight, I'm on your team. And you know, we got a good thing going where I go out to Pittsburgh and me and Patton are working together all the time, and like all the other guys in his gym. You know, we're like teammates, man. We're a little bit separated, but we're working together, and that's just like that's what I said. Like at my level, at the pro level, like I would much rather help you and you help me than us have to. If we're amateurs, okay, yeah, we can fight. You know what I mean?
For sure.
What's the big deal? We fight and then we move on and then we turn pro. Just like Kalma fought Healy. You know what I mean? And Jericho fought Healy and stuff like that. Like, yeah, when you're amateurs, that shit don't matter. But when you're pro, you're screwing up, you know, you're taking the chance of screwing up your career doing it.
No doubt.
It's risky business, but
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody got to do it.
Not gonna do it.
Dude, we didn't talk about, I got to rewind a little bit. We didn't even talk about the actual finish at all. And it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I will say,
You finished him?
I literally didn't even see you lock in the guillotine. It happened so
Wait, you
fast.
locked in the guillotine?
It just suddenly was there. I was like, oh.
yeah, he from a clip I seen online, it looked like, you know, I thought it was a straight off the, it was like a modified 100% sweep, but like it kind of come off the fence and he kind of turned me, and when he turned, I like hooked a 100% sweep, turned him to his back, right to mount, and I was head and arm guillotine, but I was so deep around the neck, I just let go, and it was a one arm guillotine. I let go and just started arching, and right away, you know, felt the tap.
It was pretty
like,
fast. You could tell that was a pretty miserable
deep.
position for
that was
him.
deep.
Yeah.
And like I said, dude, just composure, because I knew he was going to put himself in a spot where he was out of place. And he was, like I said, he was good. He did a lot of good things. He did good with like his footwork on the ground. Like he was using his feet really well, and he was attacking my legs, like trying to shut down my hips and stuff. But like he didn't have heavy top pressure. You know what I mean? And that's a big thing when you're on top, you know, pressure. Because if you pressure me down, like when I'm on, like I have guys be like, dude, you feel like you're 250 pounds. Like, yeah, I'm trying to smash you. Like I want to squeeze the life out of you and then beat your freaking brakes off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he didn't really have pressure, and without pressure becomes an opportunity to create space and escape. And that's pretty much what happened there.
For sure.
And
You had quite a few scrambles there, like quick, sudden bursts.
yeah, he won majority of them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he got the, like it was a little bit of scramble off the original takedown. I couldn't remember what exactly happened that he got the takedown, but like I said, I tried to send in another kick when I should have been a little bit more impatient. And I'm gonna go back and I'm literally gonna dissect myself. Like, okay, you screwed up here, you screwed up there. This is what you need to do. Obviously, I need to work a little bit more on takedown defense against the cage. I got really good takedown defense, but he was able to exploit some of it. So it's like, okay, this is a little different. So, but yeah, and he won, you know, out of the scrambles, he probably won 2 or 3 of them, but I won the one that mattered. Like,
True.
So,
And sometimes in this game, you put the pieces together, you know, as you go, and you go to use the bathroom at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you run into Calvin Harbaugh.
yeah. And the next thing you know, we're in the bathroom.
Like, having
It was 2 in the morning.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
It was pretty late, but so we're in the bathroom talking. Up until that point, did you know how bad you hurt him with that head kick? Because
No.
he told you.
Yeah, no, like I mean, it just landed with the foot. I didn't think it. You know what I mean? I didn't. You know, I just thought, okay, like, because he didn't stumble or move or anything.
So
you know what I mean?
So
If I
full
would've-
disclosure, he told us in the bathroom last night that had him rocked, and he's like, "Okay, we're wrestling." Like,
Wait, you guys were all in the bathroom
Oh
together?
yeah, we literally like group hugged in the
it was,
bathroom.
we were all in one
hot.
stall too. It was
That's
really
hot,
weird. We
dude.
were like piled in.
We
this
were
one
watching each other pee and stuff.
That's
like, yeah,
awesome.
It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he said that. Like, I thought the liver kick hurt him, because when the liver kick landed, he, you know what I mean? He went like that for a second. I'm like, ooh, that one got you. But he's like, nah, dude, the liver kick didn't bother me. He was like, dude, that high kick. He was like, dude, I've never been in there with somebody that like set up the timing like you do. I said, man, that's my thing on the feet. You know what I mean? I was just able to find it early with you right off the bat. Like sometimes it takes me a while. But yeah, I mean, it landed. If that would have been shin to the dome, it probably could have been a night ender.
Yeah.
But that was what he said.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, that was what he said. He was like, dude, that landed. And I'm like, God damn, you almost knocked me out already. Like,
That's great. Calvin's the man too.
Dude,
yeah.
he's a good dude. Good kid. Like, and I told him right after the fight, like, man, like, I've been there. I felt what you felt right now. You know, I felt what you felt when you got here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought what you thought when you got here. I'm telling you, if you stay the course, you're going to make it. You know, if he keeps working, if he starts becoming, he's a little bit like too grappling, wrestling heavy. If he can get to the point to where he's extreme, and the kid's got very good footwork. I just don't think he's super confident in his stand-up just quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if he gets to that point, you know what I mean? He's going to be a dangerous dude to deal with, especially if he drops down to 135.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not massive at 145.
Right.
And as he said to me, he's like, you're not a big featherweight. Like, I'm not the biggest. Like, I'm on the little bit bigger. Like, dude, I walk around on 175. Like,
Yeah.
I'm on the little bit bigger side of featherweight, but there's like Shane Burgos was a massive featherweight. Like, that's a big dude to fight at 145.
For sure.
But yeah, like, dude, I believe that kid's gonna do great things. Like, he's a good dude, good family life. You tell like he's genuine about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, man, I was like, I wish you all the best. Like, all his boys and stuff were standing there, and I took him a beer, and they were all walking up. I was like, I know you. And they were all like, yeah, man. I said, dude, if you're going to post it, I'm going to watch it. Like, I know everything about you, Calvin. I know where you grew up. I know where you went to school. I know where you was born. I know how you did in wrestling. You know what I mean? I know what you're doing every day. Like, I know your training schedule. Like, if you're going to put it out there.
He's obsessed.
Dude, if you're going to put it out there, I'm going to read it.
Should I give you my glasses since clearly you're the stalker here, dude? Like, you need the serial killer glasses.
Serial killer. Calvin Harbaugh. Oh man, I totally lost my train of thought with your
Dude.
serial killer glasses.
Oh, dude, throw you off.
Threw him right off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where you were going. Probably still thinking about peeing together.
I'm a straight up dip here on your show. So
Get the camera on him for the dip.
Listen,
Red
kids,
Seal should sponsor you, dude.
Yeah, I
kids,
know.
stay away. Do not be like Ethan Goss. He
This
is
is-
not a role model.
This
He
is
is-
not champ behavior.
This is chump shit.
this is me being me, brother. This is what this is.
Listen here, I'm a backdoor kind of cowboy.
So even though the raccoon shirt's my favorite of all time, do we need to
So
make?
gross. How are you married to that?
I don't know.
What just happened?
Do we
This is great.
do we need to make Wolverine 316 shirts now or what?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that's the move.
Yeah, Wolverine 316. Like, when I was thinking, I'm like, all right, like, what do I say? Like, Ethan 316, Goss 316. Like, man, that just don't sound right. Like, when you think Austin 316, Austin, there's 2 syllables there. I'm like,
Wolverine.
well, yeah. I'm like, yeah,
That didn't
but
prove your point.
yeah, but Wolverine 16.
316.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's got a ring to
yes,
it.
it's got a rhyme.
Wolverine 316.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got a
3 and
rhyme
3.
to it. So I'm like, okay, that's what to use, Wolverine 316. And then like, okay, I got to end this promo with something good. So I'm like, Dana, Wolverine in the UFC. That's where I want to be, and that's what the good people here in Pittsburgh will pay to see. You know what I mean?
Did you say
know what
that?
I mean?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was what I ended the
We
night
got
with.
we got to pull that clip for sure after this podcast.
I
and
fell
post it up.
asleep after the 316 part.
Yeah, right. You
Nice.
know.
It's usually just your kids falling asleep during Ethan's fights.
Yeah, which one, Logan? He's the one that's always dozing off.
All cuddled up in the back by the main event, especially last night, like you said.
Dude,
midnight.
that was a marathon. Like,
I knew, dude. So that wasn't my first time being fight number 16 on a 16 fight card. The night that I fought Jarrell Hodge in Ohio, dude, him and I stepped in at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, we were walking in the cage to fight each other at 1 a.m.
Dude, that's crazy.
And like me and Patton were back here. We're like, dude, man, what do you think? Like 10? Like, I don't know, 10:30. I was like, oh. Patton's like, I was thinking 9:30. I was like, ooh, man, it's pushing it.
We tried, man. We
Dude,
tried to
it's-
go as fast as
It's
possible.
11, and Patton's like, man, I'm gonna try to make this go as quick as possible, bro.
Then he goes to decision.
It's like
That was a good fight too, man. How much did you get to see of the card? Were you pretty much just locked in?
I refuse to watch the card,
Even if your teammates are fighting?
I will not.
That's a fairly new thing, correct?
Yeah, well, for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the last time I watched a teammate fight on the same night that I fought and like watched the card was the night I fought Ethan Hayes, and I was so off of what I should have been. You know what I mean? Just completely out there. And Darren was like, "Hey, I don't think you should watch these fights. Like, I know this is your teammates, but you need to be selfish. Like, it's about you right now. You're the one that's got a lot on the line."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Jordan Burroughs talked about this. Like when he's at the tournaments and stuff, when he's not up, he's out. He's not even in the building. He gets out of the arena. So, and the reason why is because while you're watching that, you're getting that nervous energy, you're yelling, you're cheering. You know what I mean? You're getting that
Tensing
nervous
up.
energy.
Yeah.
And I told the guys at the gym after that, like then I started doing that, and I just started winning. And I told the guys like Monte, I told him, and I told the other guys, like, if you're ever on a card with me, I love you and I wish you the best, but I'm not walking to the ring with you. I'm not like, I'm sorry, but it's about like, I'm selfish. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish you the best and I hope you go do your thing like you're supposed to do, but I'm worrying about me. So I just sit in the back.
That's
what I mean?
huge.
I don't watch anybody. I don't like, even if you had TVs back there, I wouldn't watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
We've considered that actually, so that's good to know.
Yeah, it was Patton and I was talking about that. He
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I have TV." I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't watch it. I'd just sit here and chill out." You know what I mean? I just tried to stay off my feet. You know what I mean? I'd get up and walk around a little bit. I was still drinking water. I had a gallon and a half of water in me from the weigh-ins till last night. I was like every 15 minutes I had to get up. I'm sitting back here waiting, like, man, I got to piss again.
What did it sound like from locker room area?
Dude, it was loud.
Yeah.
You could hear everything.
Hoot
yeah,
Lee's had a massive
yeah.
crowd.
yeah, he won submission?
Yeah.
Dude, he's good.
He's really
He
good.
come down to Gorilla House with Cahill's, and he come work with us in the first round. I sparred with him. I'm like, shit, like this kid's got natural footwork.
Mm-hmm. He's
Like,
impressive,
And
man.
I'll tell you who else. I bet you he surprised you guys. He lost, but Travis Leman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we call him Clubfoot. Darren calls him Clubfoot because
Nice.
the way he stands when he's
Yeah.
sparring. Sometimes Darren's like, you got it. He's a Clubfoot.
Yeah, Darren was in his corner, right?
Yeah, Darren, he was supposed to have somebody else in his corner, but the dude backed out, so he asked Darren to step in. And
Yeah.
Darren didn't warm him up or anything. Darren just worked the corner. But, dude, that kid came in. He was probably in 4 or 5 times with us, you know what I mean, up till the fight. And he came in and we sparred, and I'm like, well, usually when somebody wants to fight, like I'll put it on you a little bit. Like when Cam was getting
Make
ready.
sure you're ready. Yeah.
To debut, like I put it on him, because like I'm gonna test you. We're gonna
Right.
see if you're a fighter or not. And Travis, just like Cam, dude, didn't have 0 quit in him.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Like obviously, skill set wise, he's not at the level that I'm at. So like I'm kind of picking him apart. Well, I'm not being a dick. I mean, I'm
course.
high volume, no power, and he just didn't quit shooting, didn't
That's
quit trying to
awesome.
fight, didn't quit stop walking forward, and I was like, I didn't necessarily like the DeRucci fight for him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell him that because by the time I knew he was already signed and done
Yeah.
deal. But I think that kid can have a lot of potential, and I hope he trains with us more regularly, because I think we could make something out of him for sure. And I think we get him down to the right weight class, because he's not a 170 pounder. He should be a 55er.
I thought
for sure.
so too.
It was
Yeah.
the first time we worked out, he was like, dude, you make me feel small.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I mean, he walked about 10 pounds heavier than me, but and DeRucci is an animal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, dude.
I talked to him last night when he was walking in the casino, and I'm like, dude, I called your first fight. Like, you're a dog. You know what I mean? That dude you fought in your first fight
He's
was
good,
was
too.
good.
Yeah.
And that third round come out and you turned it on. Like, you're a fighter. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Some people just don't have that. And you have that. Like, when your skills catch up to what you got in here, like, dude, you're going to be a problem. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
The problem child.
With Travis, it's always hard for us with debuts who don't have much combat background.
Yep, you don't know anything about 'em,
exactly.
yeah.
And when it was DeRucci, I had the same exact
Yep.
reaction. I'm like, man, dude, for a first one,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, you're right. He impressed me, and after the fight, still in a really good mood. Like, bring me back, guys. Like, I want to do it again. It didn't phase him at all. So,
no, that's what Darren came in the back. Darren's like, I'm going to tell you what, that boy is tough.
Yeah.
He was like, you can teach people skill set. He said, you can't teach people to be tough.
Yep.
He said, that kid is tough. But he's a damn old farm boy from Saxton.
From
you know what I
Saxton,
mean?
yeah.
He ain't, you know what Saxton's like.
Absolutely. Yeah. We were talking about it in the back for sure.
Folks, you're listening to the Pittsburgh Combat Sports Podcast. We do this show once a week. Right now, we're on 247, or we're on Facebook Live. However, we usually do this on 247 Live. You can go to stream247live.com and you can download the apps, 247 Live apps on Roku, Apple TV, iOS, and watch these podcast episodes, which is where we're usually at. There's a comment in the live feed that says mentally and physically sharp, but balding like it's a bad habit.
Who said that?
I cannot reveal my sources, but that is a solid comment.
Man, hey, here's the thing.
He has your blood. That's what I'll say.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Nick Brown's got way worse hairline than me. And nobody says a word to him.
He's accepted it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll accept it here someday. You know,
you haven't
but
yet.
not, I mean, I still got enough to look
He
okay. I
makes
mean, I ain't got that mop, but
No.
He
I'm
makes the bald
balding
look
a little,
good, though.
dude, to be honest.
dude, I
am.
had long hair like that at one point. When I was
Really?
first
I've never
pro.
seen
Well,
that.
it wasn't quite as
I
long.
gotta play a game
I
today,
need to see
Hunter.
It was it was clear down to here, and where I could like pull it back into a
Nice.
ponytail. It was clear
Okay.
down to my shoulders.
I can't picture that. That's awesome.
Ethan, you're gonna play a game
Yeah,
with
yeah.
us.
This is Ryan's favorite game.
This game is called. This game is called. Is it Hunter or a girl?
It's tough, dude. This is tough. I'll say this is advanced level stuff.
All right, ready? Hunter or a girl?
Hunter.
Okay.
Okay. Hunter or a girl?
Oh, Hunter.
Yeah.
Girl! It's a girl!
Oh, that's great.
She's even wearing like camo cargo shorts and a backwards hat. It's like this could definitely be me.
How long have you been growing that hair?
Since like the initial lockdown in March 2020.
Really?
I had real short hair
3
then,
years.
and I just said, because barbershops were closed, so I just started letting it ride.
Yeah. Wow,
Now I'm
so
invested.
you gonna keep it like
For a while.
Is it not a pain in the
It's
ass?
a
though,
super
dude? It's
pain
like-
in the ass,
You ought to
dude.
try like
Is
training
this your
with long
first
hair.
time ever having really long hair?
No. In high school, I was in bands, and I love metal, so I had hair all through high school. And actually, like freshman probably year of college, it was like down here. It was
really?
longer than
Wow.
this.
You
Yeah,
have so many split ends, bro.
dude, it's just judge my hair.
I don't even
bro.
know
Just
what
judge
that
my
means.
hair,
I just
bro.
know-
And then one night, my buddies were out at our house in Fulton County, probably eating some Middlesworth, and I was like, shave my head. Let's just
Yeah.
shave it.
I
When it was
can
at its
see
peak, I'm
that.
like, let's just do it. Let's shave it. And she was asleep upstairs.
She pissed.
Oh, dude, she
Oh,
cried. She literally cried. I swear to
that's
God,
great.
she literally cried when she saw it.
Is that before you guys were married?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Way to test it.
Exactly.
Way to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you really
always,
love me?
You always got to push your buttons. You know,
Right.
You always got to push their buttons.
What
before
can
you,
I get away
Yeah.
with exactly? But
Exactly.
I'll find the picture and send it to you guys. It'll take a while. But before we totally shaved it, we just shaved like the first half, so it was like a skullet kind of thing, dude.
Oh, yeah.
it was the
You had
best.
you had like a
It was
lion
the-
mane.
yeah, it was the best hairstyle. That's if I'm bringing something back, it'll be that for sure. How do you feel about that?
She is not
crying
happy.
again.
Yeah, she's not happy.
She just filed in her head.
She's on her phone Googling divorce lawyers in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun. Who is it?
Oh,
Dude,
it's Brian.
Can't they see we're busy?
B-Ride.
How did that ring?
I don't
Oh,
know.
that was on there.
Oh, it was his
Yeah.
computer. He's all fancy connected, Mr. Apple over here. But yeah, dude, that was a night to say the least.
Absolutely,
A
dude.
night.
I think it was a killer night for you guys. I mean, I didn't get to see the show yet. I'll watch it back as soon as the replay comes out. I usually try to watch. I don't necessarily watch the whole show, but I watch the guys. Like I'll watch Monte's fight. I'll watch Travis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watch the guys that I watch Lato and
But
Burns.
you got to watch that. Yeah.
But you know, to me, it was a grand slam for you guys. Sold out crowd. You know what I mean? Killed it on pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Like this just went through the roof. Lipari brought the people. Dude, you know what I mean? I was
Unbelievable.
That's huge for us because there's a bunch of people that like support Lipari that had never even heard of us before.
that are
right?
like, wow, these
Like
guys are right here.
Well,
like,
and I was like passing through like Lipari's section, like I had to walk past it a bunch of times, and one guy stopped me one time and he's like, dude, I love what you're doing here, like this is awesome. And I was like, oh, thanks.
I feel bad for Lipari losing. I mean, like I said, I
That's
didn't
rough,
see it,
dude.
but yeah, that's rough to finally get your homecoming and then have that happen. And he's a good dude. Like I was talking to him at weigh-ins and stuff, and dude, he's out there working with some legit people. Like,
Absolutely.
he was showing me him and Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Like, you're texting each other back and forth yesterday, and I'm like, dude, that's wild.
That's nuts,
Like,
man.
He's like, my claim to fame is, I did take Volk down one time. He's like, in training. He's like, just once though.
Everybody gets one.
But yeah, dude, for him to bring that many people
I mean,
in, and then people
unbelievable.
that didn't know about you guys that now might be fans of me or fans of Patton or fans of Burns
Opens
or, you know what I
that
mean, later.
door.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. It's just gonna keep. It just keeps growing and growing and growing, and eventually you'll be at the point where you're selling out big, like big Monroe Village. Sell that place out.
did you
That's
see
the next goal.
Did you see that Nicole C?
Yeah, dude. I
won-
texted him. I was like,
Same
dude,
spelling.
tell me.
No, like Patton legitimately thought we were lying.
That it was just a joke, like a
Yeah,
troll
no,
post.
I literally, that was what, one of Christner's family.
Yeah, it was
Glenn
Nicole Christner's mom.
Yeah.
or Glenn Christner's mom. Yeah.
And I'm literally like, I text Hunter and was like, dude, no freaking way. Do not tell me that she signed up for this shit. It's like,
Dude.
Oh, you thought we were saying it was actually
was
her?
actually-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you probably put that on there as Nicole C just to get everybody's attention.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally.
We got the
So-
receipt, so just let everybody know how that contest worked. Like we use this text message marketing system called Slick Text.
Yeah.
And in Slick Text, you can send a text out to your list, which is what we did. Like sign up for our list to enter to win the contest. It's literally a contest run through Slick Test.
Yeah.
And you set it to choose a random winner. We do not pick it. It's Slick Text.
Yeah, that's how it worked.
If you enter, you're
And
entered to
Nicole
win.
sees
And
the winner.
Nicole Christner
That's wild.
won.
That's
Ridiculous.
wild, man. Yeah. I remember I seen it. I was like, "There's no way, like no way."
I
And it's
couldn't
like,
believe it either.
Obviously, if you guys have been following, anybody listening has been following 247, you know what Nicole C they're talking about. For somebody that brags about being good for the sport and stuff, like, why are you trying to sabotage? She's never done anything to me. I don't have any.
Other than removing you for disagreeing with her.
Yeah. I don't have any personal vendetta against her or anything like that. Like, I mean, really, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like, she means nothing to me. I mean nothing to her. You know what I mean? But to try to sabotage the one thing going on in Pittsburgh, like, how are you good for the sport?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How is that good for the sport to try to literally take down the one and only thing that's going on in Pittsburgh? Because let's be real, like, Pinnacle's not coming back. You know what I mean? Layshock's, he doesn't want to do it, and even if he does, that would be even better. Great. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It just, like, it would be growing. Like, it would be great to have another promotion come back.
Yeah.
But, like, don't, it's hard to explain. Like, don't sabotage the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't try to run it into the ground just because you have a personal issue.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? If we're in this game, I want to see it continue to grow. You guys want to see it continue to grow. You know what I mean? Anybody that's a normal person wants to see it continue to grow.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, we want to see how far we can take this thing, dude.
Yeah, I think looking at, the crowd, the atmosphere, the buzz, it wasn't just like the buzz was so I had so many people hit me up late. Like, we wanted to get tickets, like it's
Oh,
really
yeah, me
sold
too.
out, like so many
Yeah.
people. I feel like we could have sold 5,000
absolutely.
tickets to this show.
It seemed like it, dude.
and
It really
I
did.
got a message when we were at weigh-ins, and I'm like, man, dude, it's done. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're gonna have to order it on pay-per-view. Like, it's, not nothing else I can do for you. Like, the tickets are gone. There is none left.
Dude,
Yeah.
fighter consign tickets. We always say we hope they sell 75% collectively of what they consign. You guys
And
sold
individually.
98% this
Yeah.
time because somebody turned in a few. Everybody else,
Where's
everybody else sold literally everything they had.
Listen,
So let's stop. Okay. So when fighters consign tickets,
Speaking
you-
of sabotage, by the way,
you can put whatever you want. If it doesn't look right, like we'll give you like a normal amount. But for the most part, we give you what you.
oh yeah,
request,
like
if
if
we
I say
can.
I wanted 200 tickets, you'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'd be like, you mean 2? So when we send the tickets out and this show, we were like, hey, be careful with your tickets. Like, don't order too many. Only order what you confident you'll sell. And then we got to a point where we were like, we had sold out 3 weeks out, and we went to the fighters and said, like, listen, if you have tickets in hand, like that you haven't sold yet, or you're not confident you will sell, you need to give those back. Like, we'll relist them. We scrounged up like 60 plus tickets, whatever, resold all those to sell out again. So all of the fighters at weigh-ins, none of them had tickets. They had full cash, full cash, full cash, full cash, full cash. How many fighters were there? Full cash, full
32
cash,
fighters
full
on the
cash,
card, I believe.
Full cash, full cash, full cash.
Here,
full
Ryan,
cash.
right there. Right
And then
there,
there
buddy.
was Ethan Goss. So Ethan Goss is partial cash.
Yeah.
He's our partial
Okay.
cash guy.
Now, the part you're letting out, Hunter and I were talking for how many weeks about this, and I let him know in advance, hey, here's the
Partial
deal.
cash.
Like, I'm down to 10. Like, I got pushed. Like, that's... I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I probably wasn't going to do what I did in Monroeville because it's farther away. It's about another hour. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to get, and I did probably close to 50 tickets for last night's show for 3 hours away. Now, sounds decent until somebody like Lapari comes in from Vegas. You know what I mean? With 15,000 worth.
Yeah,
Lapari didn't hand in any tickets on weigh-in day.
if he says give me 200 tickets, we'll be like, that's it.
Yeah. So
Ethan P.C. Goss.
these guys, yes, I turned in actual tickets,
You're
but
the
the
only
tickets that I turned in were already sold
That's
because
true.
I told them in advance.
true.
They posted them online the week of the fight. All 10 of them sold. There was the tickets that I had were
Those are details.
junk tickets. Yeah,
Those are details that don't matter.
yeah, exactly.
Partial cash.
Partial cash.
But I think I did.
PC
I broke 3. I
Yeah,
broke
dude.
3 for the show, and I mean that's not bad for me coming this far.
I'm interested.
No, we give you a hard time because we don't like you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just to
I
be
mean,
clear.
feelings mutual.
All right,
but-
good, good,
for
good.
sure. I want to dig into the pay-per-view details later today and see how who
Yeah.
sold what.
I
bet
don't
you
think
did
I
decent.
Oh yeah, I think pay per view. I think the last time I led the pay per view, and I don't think I ever even accepted the money from it either. It's just like PayPal or Venmo or
Yeah,
something.
you just have
Just
to
let it
request
linger there.
I never requested it. I forgot about it.
Nice.
But I'll have to request it. I need to
There
literally
is a time
take-
limit.
great.
I literally need to take every penny Ryan has. So-
Absolutely. That's been my mission since I started, for sure.
True. I think that's like no one actually likes me. They just like he'll pay
We like
me.
his money. Yeah, we know.
Dude,
like, hey,
money, Money Middleton.
I'll take money from people I don't like. You know what I mean? I do work for people I don't like all the time. I take their money.
Yeah, why not?
Beautiful. Nice. How long have we been rolling here?
We're
I
in
don't wanna-
for an
yeah.
hour.
All right, we're good. We're solid. We're solid.
Okay, so I do want to. I know that Ethan didn't see many of them, but I want to talk about some other fights on the card too.
Let's do it.
So, and also, don't we have to name performance?
Oh yeah.
We're supposed to vote on that. So
and is that how many? Who all's voting?
that
You want me to vote?
Yeah.
I might be biased.
Yeah,
I'm-
you need to.
Yeah, no.
No, I
gotta watch
can't
the
vote. I
fights.
can't vote because I didn't see anything. So
Let's circle up with Brad first before we do. Let's get Brad on the podcast and do one with him to select it. I want this to be fair because a lot of guys were literally coming up to me asking they want it. Like guys are excited about that, so I want to do it justice.
Well, we should. Partial cash doesn't need it.
True. Well, I will say that Brad. This is about Strip District Meats. Strip District Meats Graciously.
district meat.
Graciously.
Sometimes I eat the Christmas meat. They're so good.
Ah, there it is.
Oh,
This is the
Danny
Chipmunk
Palm with
voice.
the
It wants
chipmunk.
some strip
District meat.
This is great.
Dude, Drew was struggling to say that all night in cage too, and now I
Yeah.
see why, dude. That's
Strip
hard to
district
say.
meats.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
He was
Didn't
like,
even realize
strip.
District meat.
that. They.
They can't hear the chipmunk.
Oh yeah, you guys are just guessing what's happening
Oh
here.
yeah, they
nice.
changed it to the chipmunk voice, and it sounds great.
It's so ridiculous. But they donated a $100 gift card for performance of the night of meat, and we matched 100. So somebody's getting $200 worth of like the highest quality meats at Strip District Meats. Dude,
Why is it look like he's
there's a picture of Edgar Parrilla we just got tagged in, and it looks like he's literally naked. And they just go.
How did he do? Did he win?
Yeah,
Cowboy Eddie,
yeah,
he won.
He looked good.
I
Man.
don't. I never talked to the kid, but I just know Calma's friends with him, and he
Yeah.
trains with Calma and those guys.
Yeah, dude, he definitely looked good.
When I was
that's
talking to Calma there
hilarious.
last night, I was like, "You missing it yet?" He's like, "Hell no,
No,
man! I'm
dude.
36 years old. I was watching PFL, and those guys were in drag out war." He's like, "A friend of mine." I was like, "No way."
I'm over that.
Yeah.
over that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're 5 years younger than Kama, right? You got-
Yeah.
So you got 5 years until you feel like you feel like he feels.
He's like, yeah. He's like, in the last couple fights, man, I was fighting not to get hurt. Like, he's like, he said, that's when you know you need to be done.
Yeah.
Like,
Sign him, Dana. It's
Yeah.
time. He's got 5 years left. You just heard it. The clock.
Clock is ticking.
I got 1 year of hair left, so come on, man.
Get him while the hair's
Yeah.
there.
I need to
Hey,
get.
Dana might have hair jealousy. You have like a couple
maybe.
strands.
Yeah, well,
That's true.
I mean, maybe I just need to shave my head, and maybe that'll get his attention. Like, another bald guy.
We'll do it live. We'll shave all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Robbie, I got you, bro.
Got you, dog. Dude, I need to talk about how is Robbie like 6'5", 280 pounds and just jacked? Like, what happened here?
Mom and Dad spent a lot more time on him than they did me, for sure. And then I think he robbed all the breast milk. for me.
Clearly.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, how are you two brothers?
Yeah.
Like, he's 6'3", 250 pounds, just a mountain of a man.
He's a monster,
Freaking
dude.
Strong as an ox. But, like, the most uncoordinated,
Really?
unflexible human being you'd ever meet. Like, he
Nice.
can't bend over and touch his toes. Like, he's like, and the biggest difference between me and him was like our men. Like, when we played football, he was a very good lineman. You know what I mean? But like, and I wasn't a bigger guy. I was 140, 145 pounds in high school. But I was a like killer. Like, I wanted to hit you head to head.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of the difference between us. Like, my mentality was to fight you.
For sure.
And his mentality was like he was more laid back than I was.
Right.
Like, I was definitely more of the scrapper kind of mentality.
Well, it makes
But,
sense that you're the one
yeah.
in here right now with the belt. for
Yeah,
sure.
and I always think like, man, I wonder if I would have got his size. Like,
What?
like
Where
wonder
would
how
I be?
bad. Like, I'd be a heavyweight. Like, man, I wonder how bad of a man I'd be.
Or his hair.
Yeah, dude, he got
intelligence,
straight teeth, freaking full head of hair, good
personality.
job. He's got to have early retirement.
ability to cut a promo.
Yeah.
Like original.
Here I am with no hair, crooked teeth, grandma ass.
Don't sell tickets. Turn tickets in. Be the only fighter. Main
Yeah.
event.
You know.
Unbelievable.
All the best.
Yeah, he
things.
got all the good qualities, and dude, you ought to hear him sing.
Hey, you exist.
Sing?
dude,
He can sing?
Dude, he is phenomenal.
What?
Dude,
And
Like country
all
style?
the
Yeah,
bad
and
genes.
like he can do like you gotta hear him sing "Simple Man."
I want to hear that.
Like he did it at my wedding. Like he just like he don't want to play. He don't want to do it in like front of people. He's weird
Right,
about
right.
it. But like at the wedding, he got some beers in him and loosened up. And,
Nice.
another friend of ours, they was playing the guitar, and Robbie started singing "Simple Man." Like everyone was like, "Oh my god,
Who
You know what I
knew?
mean? I knew he could sing. Like since we were kids,
Right.
he could always sing. And I'm like, dude, I can't sing or dance. That's why I gotta fight. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I can dance, but I can't sing, so that's why I gotta fight.
I can see the
If
dance.
you can,
Yeah,
if you
prove
can
you
fight,
can
you can
dance.
dance.
The footwork.
Prove you can
translates.
Basically
dance.
what a
Come on,
fight is.
let's set, we'll put it on camera.
No, I'm
I
not
want to
dancing
see
for you.
Yeah.
You better get your dollar bills out. You want me to dance?
I'll do that. I can do that. I can make that happen.
They better be hundreds, actually. Sling some hundreds out here.
I think I got rid of my hundreds.
Sling some
yesterday.
sling some return tickets at him. $50 a piece.
Yeah, there, yes. Sling the tickets. Sling the tickets.
Partial cash.
But yeah,
But yeah, dude. So we're not gonna pick the winner of the other fights, but I know
Let's
Ryan does
talk-
want to talk
okay.
about the card a little bit.
Okay, so first, I just want to like mention some names that were impressive last night. Just first glance, the first fight that I really was impressed by someone was Whitley. Dude,
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean,
savage.
who?
she was.
Oh, the girl fight.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
extreme.
Was there
from
one or
Extreme
two?
Couture. Just one.
One. Yeah, that was the blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looked the part.
Yeah.
Like, killer.
There was a little bit of a rowdiness after that
Yeah.
fight, wasn't there? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I heard.
Drama.
Yeah,
Drama.
with
A little bit of drama going on.
the
there.
stout guy
We
and
don't-
academy guy.
We don't want the drama in backstage. We want
sure.
that to be a kosher thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want it. You want the drama in the cage.
Yeah,
you know what I
leave
mean? You
the
want two
drama
guys.
for your
You want
mama.
two guys that don't like each other to step in there and fight.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's-
been discussed.
That's the thing, man. You gotta understand, like, be professional
For
with
sure.
this shit.
For
like,
sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we can get into them. I mean, mouth battles happen. Like Chris Williams and Caden got into one at the one show. You know what I mean? Where
I
they got
didn't
into
know
an
that.
argument. Oh yeah,
That's funny.
That was one of the Monroeville shows. They got into. Me and Chris were talking about it last night, and Chris was like, and as I said about Caden, and he was like, dude, I love that kid. Chris is like, he's like, dude, we got, we had it out that day, and he was like, dude, he come at me like, he's like, I respect him for that. He's like, because I was running my mouth. He said he was ready to freaking fly into me. And he
Why?
said,
I'm trying to like. What
It was
the-
the night.
It was with Patton.
Yeah, it was the
and-
night Cam beat Patton.
okay,
Chris
okay.
came back. He was upset Patton lost. And he was like, oh, man, that was bullshit. Cam just freaking wrestled, effed him. And, and then as soon as he comes to the back and he said, as soon as Caden heard that, he's like, F you, dude. He's like, you were running your mouth when John beat Ethan. Like, this is like, and Chris was like, I've never had a bad word. And Chris has always been good to me. You know what I mean? And I know, like, there's nothing, like, I know when I fought, one of his guys before, and like, I know he's against me. You know what I mean? I don't care what
and
you
it's
guys
an
say. It's
emotional,
part of the game.
testosterone-driven,
And,
like
but yeah,
testosterone highs.
those
man.
those two started getting into it, and like I'm getting ready to go out and fight
he's
Gaffney.
got a fight
Like
coming up.
Cam was 2 fights before me.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to go out to fight Matt Gaffney, and I'm just kind of like, dude, like I don't want in this. And of all people, Isaac literally comes up and
Of
grabs
course.
me by the shoulder and turns me around and walks me away from it. Like, listen, let's get you out of here. Let's talk about the
Dude,
fight. You know what I mean?
He is such a legend.
Meanwhile, Caden was probably like 16 years old at that
Yeah,
time,
well,
right? Like,
he
how
was
old was
18.
he?
He was 18.
He
Yeah, dude,
fought for us already.
Oh, really?
Caden-
His fight was before
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Caden,
Oh, okay, my
Caden
bad.
would. I'm telling you right now, that boy would have fist fought Chris right there on the spot. Like that
That's
kid
hilarious.
has a will to win.
Yeah.
and is like, and when you meet him and you talk to him, like he's such a nice, like laid back kid. But dude, when it comes time to flip that switch, holy
He got it.
hell, he gets it from his dad. Because Darren is 51 years old, and like
He's a maniac.
dude, when we like when Darren's in and we spar, like especially when him and I go, like he kind of keeps a mental clock on the time. Dude, it's like we're going 5-6 minutes and he's trying to get me and I'm trying to get him, and like it just becomes a chess match. And because like it's harder for him and it's harder for me than it is like when he goes with other people, like he just wants to keep doing it and doing
That's
it. Like,
awesome.
Well, Darren has that fire. That,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah. Like it's not like he doesn't have to.
Darren
pretend. It's there.
is probably the undefeated street fight king.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I showed up at the gym one day and he's got blood all over his hands from beating a dude up on the freeway on the way to
I
the
saw
gym.
that
yeah.
Facebook post.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that guy does not
Yeah.
realize what
Yeah.
he just did.
Yeah, dude, some guy got out of the car and thought he was gonna beat up Darren, and like you're literally wanting to throw hands with a dude that was ranked number 11 internationally back in like early 2000s, a kickboxer.
Couldn't have had
terrible
worse
choice.
timing. Most times, like you're probably the bigger guy. Like if you're aggressive, you're probably winning. Like
No.
just a big mistake.
You
Yeah.
met the guy.
Dude, and that's the thing, man, and that's like some people were bashing him online, and of course Darren ain't gonna like say anything, and I commented on some stuff. I was like, listen, dude, that guy stopped the car and got out, wanted to fight. You know what I mean? he didn't realize who he wanted to fight, but that's on him. You know what I mean? He wanted it and he got it.
Yeah, we all make choices.
Like,
that was his choice.
That's what I said. You know, the moment that somebody approaches you with that mentality or that out of that aggression, it's on. You know what I mean? It's no matter what, it's on. And that's the way Darren said. Darren and I think the same way there.
For sure.
How do we talk about Whitley Brow
And then end up talking about Darren Cassidy Street Fighter.
I mean, he makes everything about him.
No,
Somehow.
it's not me. It's Darren.
Unbelievable.
I'm talking about Darren.
The next person I wanted to talk about, Craig Perry.
Dude.
Dude, I could not be more so excitedly happy for Craig.
Me too.
He's
Dude.
such a nice kid.
I was so happy to see, like, when I went to the Mat Factory for this camp, I get there and Craig's there. I'm like, dude, you're
Nice.
doing the right things,
Boom.
man.
Yeah.
Like, straight away, like, obviously you realized you had trouble with the wrestling department because I called his first fight and I'm like, this kid is good.
Mm-hmm.
And he fought a stud in his first fight.
Purple
And-
belt.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he dropped the kid, like, and he lost a close decision.
yep.
It wasn't like a blowout. And then his second fight, he gets his elbow blown apart. And then his third fight, then he gets out wrestled the whole fight. And it's like, okay, he realized what he needs to do.
Yeah.
So I respect a kid like that, you know what I mean? When I seen him at Mad Factory, I'm like, you're doing everything you need to do. And, you know, I'd be drilling with him or we'd going with him and I'd do something and he'd be like, how'd you do that? Like, what do you do? Like, he's asking the right questions. He's wanting to learn. And he shot me a message last night and was like, dude, congrats. And I was like, hey, brother, I didn't see your fight. I heard you won. Super proud of you. You're doing the right things, man.
Yeah, so he out grappled.
Yeah, that's what they said. He out wrestled him.
And
Yep.
he did awesome. He looked good when the fight was on the feet. For a young, inexperienced fighter, the kid throws combinations like a pro.
Oh yeah,
Like-
dude, he's confident on his feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? And he's a good kid, such a good kid. And I love seeing like the next generation like that really want to
For sure.
like work on what. Like I like guys like that. Like I'll take a guy like that or like Aaron Harper for example. That kid,
Aaron.
dude, that kid is a beast and people don't realize it. Like that kid is one game dude and he just had crap luck of the draw, having to fight tough dudes and Elijah Davis and a lot of the guys he had to fight, like Tanner Cahill fighting like completely out of his weight class against Cahill. Like fought 3 stud wrestlers, you know what I mean? But that kid is a gamer. Like, and I respect him because he ain't, you know what I mean? He's there to fight. You know what I mean?
I love Aaron Harper, and I couldn't
Dude,
agree more. That's
good kid.
Nailed it all the way around. Funny, quick Aaron Harper story for you. He messaged me last night. I didn't actually see it till like 3 a.m. when we were at the hotel. But he's like, you're not going to believe this, but my internet at the house dropped out. And when it came back, Ethan was celebrating. He's like, I totally
Missed it.
Yeah, it wasn't the stream. Like the stream was fine, but his internet, something happened. He's like, when it cut back, Ethan was celebrating, and I missed it. He's like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's a good kid, and he's he's supposed to come in and start working with us more at Gorilla House. And
He's
I think,
watching. He made a comment.
yeah, I think we can help him out. And his coach Matt and him, they're kind of a new gym down there where they're at. His coach is a very good guy, Matt Reed.
Yeah, they're great, man.
We're
We love all
affiliated
those
with the
guys.
same jiu-jitsu, like the round
Yep.
table jiu-jitsu. But there just isn't like many guys. I mean, they got guys that are down there and training, but they're either training in jiu-jitsu or they're training in, they're just not built up yet. And like, if you want to do this, man, you need to be in a gym like Gorilla House or like Mad Factory or Academy or
Yep.
Stout. Like, you need to be around guys better than you.
Exactly.
Guys that are gamers, guys that are fighters.
Yep.
So,
Right before the intermission last night, we were treated to James Lato versus Ken Burrs. I'm telling you folks right now, this was a fight for the ages. These were 2 really high-level wrestlers who went at it, and Lato won the fight clearly,
yeah.
in my opinion.
I knew when that got booked, and there was and it wasn't anything on you guys, but there was not enough hype behind it. Like, when that fight got booked, I'm like, dude, that's going to be a good one. Because I seen Lato's first fight, and where he just literally suplexed the dude one after another, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna break the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a pit wrestler, and then you got Ken Burns,
Yeah.
who's a good wrestler himself and a
Division
game
I
dude. Yeah.
wrestler from
And,
Waynesburg.
like, these two are gonna clash this early. Like, both these guys can be superstars
For sure. And I
both
still
of them
think
are
that, yeah.
going to be, leading the train someday if they stay with this.
That's always what I say. Like, if their path continues
Yeah.
with MMA, like, but it's a hard path.
That, like, those two, I knew that was going to be fireworks between them two. And I was like, what they were saying about how good it was. I was like, was it a slugfest or did they wrestle each other? He's like, no,
Both.
it was like, yeah, everything. Like, Lato would rock Burns would get against the fence, rock Lato. Like,
Dude.
They take down, it was
that's wild, man. I knew that one was going to be good.
It was.
the level of aggression. Right from the get go from Lato set the tone. Like,
Yeah.
it would like fearless.
Yeah.
Like, came in there, guns blazing. I was.
Dude, he did that in his first fight, too. I
Yeah.
mean,
This
Burns
was
was
a
obviously a much tougher
Yes.
opponent than his first guy, but
Lito came in, threw a huge overhand right into a shot. It was electric.
Yeah.
And Burt, they stood up. Lito cracked him again and kind of went in for the kill and got clipped going for
Yeah.
that dude. Like, I literally thought I saw his eyes roll back. Like, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he recovered. He got dropped bad.
yeah.
And then came back. And there's so many interesting layers of this fight because being under novice rules.
Yeah.
In the first round, Lito had Burrs' back, was working for rear naked, had him like totally flattened out. If ground and pound was allowed,
Yeah,
I think he could
coulda
have stopped
changed
it
the
right
game.
there. But on the flip side, when Burrs rocked him, if he could have followed him to the ground, and ground and
Exactly.
pound could be
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
There were so many instances where, like, man,
I mean, I understand the novice role, but I also hate it at the same time because it's like we know what we're signing up for.
Here's my
You know what I
thing.
mean?
In general, I like it. A lot of times I
Yeah.
like it. With those two being that high level, they don't need novice
Exactly.
rules, for sure.
Yeah.
There should be a little more nuance in it, I think.
Maybe not 3 fights, maybe 2 fights. You know what I mean? Even though that
There's
They still
one
would've fell under that.
novice rule that I think is bad.
no ground and pound.
I think that's bad.
Yeah.
I think that teaches bad habits.
Yeah,
Like, I think if you're on the ground on your back and you're not protecting your head, like,
Yeah.
that's the worst habit.
It's going to
you
be a
could
problem
have.
whenever you can
like when
get hit.
we like at our gym when we train new guys, I tell them all like, listen, just work the head. You know what I mean? When you just realize when you go in the fight, you can't work the head, but you need to work the head. You know what I mean? When you're working ground and pound, hit the head.
For sure.
Don't just work the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that, like,
Yeah.
intentions are good. I get it, but, like, that's teaching a really bad habit.
Yeah.
I mean, you go down to Virginia and it's full freaking rolls down there.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
Head
Yeah.
kicks.
Yeah. But like in PA, you're allowed to elbow the body. In Ohio, you're not allowed to throw any elbows at all.
It's weird. Yeah.
But-
These state. We can't stop talking about Lito Burrs without acknowledging the fact that James Lito's mom died 10 days before that fight.
No shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that. Oh,
we,
that sucks.
We fully expected that he wasn't going to fight. Obviously, when you hear something like
Yeah.
that, and
Props to him.
yeah, like that's
Yeah,
a
props to him for stepping
$1,000,000%
in.
valid reason, and he handled it so well.
Yeah.
Wilkins, Lito's coach at Stout, texted me and was like, "Dude, this was like Wednesday of fight week because even though Lito kept texting us, never told us he wasn't fighting, we were like on fight week, like just be ready for him to
Yeah.
pull out." And Wilkins was like, "I just talked to Lito. He is 100,000% fighting on Saturday. He
Good
wants
for him,
this."
man.
And you could see
That's-
like that energy that you said. I looked at Jim. I'm like, dude, that's a different
He
kind
was
of energy.
angry.
He's channeling
Yeah,
that right now. I get goosebumps thinking about it,
Yeah.
honestly. And I was looking at Will Morrill, his other coach, and Wilkins
Yep.
in the corner. I could see them like tearing up several times. And Lito's composure throughout all of that was unreal.
Yeah.
Even talking about it in the post fight.
That's
I
a
don't
man
know
right there.
Exactly.
That's a man
That's
right
what I'm
there.
saying.
Yep. To
That-
go through that
well,
kind of adversity.
Yep.
And
Yep.
And there was, like,
props to him.
that was a emotional fight for him to begin with because
Yeah.
there's like weirdness with those two gyms.
Oh yeah, Indio and Stout.
Yeah, so-
yeah, they few. I mean, it's kind of cool because it brings the gym wars back. You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah.
died off because everybody trains with everybody. And then once Danilo opened up Indio, then now it's like screw you guys. It's Indio
he's
versus
just
everybody.
willing,
It ain't
yeah.
Pittsburgh versus everybody. It's Indio versus
For
everybody.
sure.
And Danilo's been cool to me. I mean, I've never talked to him super much, but he's always come up.
He's
and said
awesome,
hi.
man. Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of his guys or people that train there are super cool. James Terrence that fought.
Yeah.
He's super cool kid.
He's a good
I
dude.
mean, he was messaging me today and stuff.
Nice.
And I never met the kid before in my life, and he, I just seen he was on his card, and he added me on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and super nice kid. But yeah, I like the stout guys. I like to, I like them all. But yeah, it's cool because it's good for you guys. You know what I mean? You get two hometown guys that are going to fight each other.
I mean, it is,
and
no doubt.
like I said, there's no reason why some of them shouldn't do it as an amateur. If you're training, if you train together constantly, then yeah, I understand it. But if you've trained with somebody one or two times that's from the academy and you're from stout, like Perry and
Martinez,
Yeah.
perfect example.
And Martinez, took that fight on a week's notice?
Yeah.
Was it a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, because or 2 weeks, whatever it was, Perry's guy pulled out.
Yep, exactly.
Well, it was not really pulled out. It was weird. Kind of started ghosting us. We didn't know where he was, and like
It happens.
You get to, hey, dude,
These things
you
happen.
had 16 booked and you had 16 fly.
I know.
last
Pretty
night.
impressive.
So
That is
and
impressive.
as well as I do, there's usually a bare minimum of one that drops off. And you've seen it where they showed up, weighed in, and then never came back.
Never
You know
came
what I mean?
back. I'm out.
So,
we've
kinda
seen
seen it
most
all.
things
yeah,
at this point.
the kid that did it to Macri at Monroeville that time,
That was
literally was showed up, weighed in, then came back and was there at the show, and then left.
Did the
Yes.
physical, the
COVID
name,
test?
the COVID test, did everything.
Unreal.
Nope, I don't want to do this no more. Like,
Unreal. I feel
And
like
that Macri's never fought him.
Yeah.
That was maybe the only time. Like,
Yeah.
he's coaching wrestling now.
that was
I
his
don't think
chance.
it's-
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
so
On
then we
the
have-
Indio, were you going to go to the next Indio fight? Or
Well,
were
I
you-
was
did you have
actually going to
somebody
talk
else?
about Glenn Christner
Oh,
and,
dude.
and Blair Phillips. This is the craziest. You have to watch this fight.
yeah, who won it?
It appears
Blair.
Blair.
Yeah.
It appears to me
But
that who went
Blair
went
went out,
limp,
yeah.
was out.
What, a choke?
yeah.
Yeah. And then came
Yeah.
to everyone's screaming, "Stop the fight, it's over." And it didn't stop, and he woke up and ended up winning.
Man, Chip knows what he's doing.
Suddenly he was okay.
Like, it tells you in the fighter in the roles meeting, like especially with the pros, he's like, "Listen, pros, I'm not taking money out of your pocket. You're in an arm bar and you want to let your arm break, I'm gonna let it break. Like you want your shit to break, I'm gonna let it break. I'm not stopping it." Like, he's like, I mean, he's more like with
Sure.
amateurs, he's a little bit more,
Yeah.
I do like that.
It was
Chip lets you fight.
It was.
Yeah.
I want to see the replay because
I totally
Kavanaugh
missed it. I'll
told
be
me-
honest. I was in the back. I didn't see that.
Kavanaugh told me that him and Luke were standing up screaming, "Stop the fight!" Like
That's
It was,
crazy.
so
Yeah.
everyone was like, it was over. Even the corner I was looking at was like, "It's over." It was very.
Yeah.
If you haven't bought the pay-per-view, it's worth your money to go check that out.
The replay is live now on 247 Live or stream 247live.com.
Nice plug.
Like that?
Nice plug.
Clayton Lee looked good.
Clayton Lee, we got the walkout was amazing. His crowd that he brought was unbelievable. And they clearly kind of rehearsed the song, like they were cheering on beat for him. So it was a really cool walkout for him. Like, everybody was so hyped. His family went absolutely berserk when he won. He's a stud. We talked
Dude,
about him
he's-
earlier,
he's gonna
obviously.
be a good, yeah, he's a good kid.
And then the pro fights, Victor Lipari and Cody Matthews was
Kinda touched on
great first round. Pretty dominant for Lipari, and then second round, one shot ended the fight. Then we had Justin Patton, and
Patterson.
That was a grinder. That was
Dude, Pat knew what he had to do. I mean,
Yeah.
because we talked while we were both getting ready for this. He knew how to win, what was going to be the best route to win. Patton's learning, man. He's come a long way from when he fought Cam and even his first
doubt.
pro fight. And that's what I told him. Like, dude, you're doing the right things. Like, you picked it up earlier in your pro career than I did. Like, I was already 10 fights in whenever I started to figure it out.
Yeah, but you were 17 when you were 10 fights.
But he, Patton's doing the right things, and I told him last night, like, when I go, you're the guy. You know what I mean? You're next in line for sure. I'm the guy right now. Like, Kama was the guy before me. I'm the guy right now, and you're next.
That's the lineage right there. Yep,
And
for sure.
it's like we talked. Like, I'd rather help him get better, and he'd rather help me get better because we're boys. Like, we're good friends.
Nice.
And he's a great training partner. Like, he's not a dick. He doesn't try to hurt you. Like, he thinks the way I think. You know what I mean?
That's
And
awesome.
we just click, man.
That's newsworthy that you think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would never put that on you.
Oh,
I mean, I've known you long enough.
I did want to shout out Derek Patterson, man, on the feet. We said his length might be a problem, and he looked
Was
really
it?
good on the
Yeah.
feet. Yeah. Patton was
dude, he
talking
was
to me.
another one that freaking taped up and gloved up before the show started. I'm like,
Just
dude,
ready to
like,
go.
I was walking around. I'm like, man, like you got to chill out a little bit.
Experience, yeah. He's only a 2-fight pro now.
Yeah.
He'll learn.
How
He'll
many
learn.
hand wraps did their cutmen do?
I'm not sure.
I don't even think Ray wrapped ours.
Yeah,
I
Ray's
didn't
like-
even wrap until 9 or till fight number 9.
Nice.
I think Patton wrapped, and as soon as he was done, I wrapped at like fight number 9, and then the end of intermission, I did my first warm up.
Nice. Yeah. So shout out Derek Giunta and his boy Philly came and wrapped hands for us and served as cut man. There was a
Yeah.
cut man for the red corner and blue corner. First time we've ever done that. So that was a cool little addition for that show. You
Yeah.
know, it was a special show, as we mentioned several times. So kick it up a notch on every
Did
level.
you like the warm up mats?
Yeah,
Oh, you
they
made
were nice.
warm-up
Did,
mats,
did you
too.
guys? They yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying because they smelled new.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm
Yeah.
like, they smelled brand
First
new.
time.
Brand new.
Oh.
Right out of the wrapper.
Yeah, we like it was nice to be able to have a little spot, and it's like it was nice being late because like that's the only good thing about being the main event is because everybody else is out of the way. Like where
that's
they
a good
have like the
point.
tent set up and where we sit there, you can't warm up there, man.
Right.
Like,
Especially with 16 fights, which
yes,
means there's
like,
50 people
you
back there at all
cannot
times.
warm
Yeah.
up there, and I like to have room to warm up, but like, obviously we can use the whole parking area. And that's what we did. And then we went to the mat, and I did a little bit of grappling with Cam and stuff. You know, worked on some stuff there. But yeah, the mats were nice. Like, because I wouldn't want to roll around on the blacktop. I probably wouldn't have done any
sure.
grappling warm up for sure.
Danny's got to get out of here, so let's wrap things up. Wrap it up. We really appreciate you guys, the support, watching the podcast. Really appreciate that. We do this weekly on 247 Live, stream 247live.com, download the apps, all that good stuff. We got 2 big shows coming up in July 14th and 15th. Sprawl in the Berg and Brawl in the Berg 17,
Did you
back to
call
back
it
nights.
sprawl in the bird?
It is Sprawl in the Bird.
Okay, what's the dates?
It's July 14th.
Ethan hasn't heard the news.
I didn't
July
know you were doing 2.
July 14th is Sprawl in the Berg. It's a grappling event. And then Saturday night, July 15th, is Brawl in the Berg 7th.
Is it like super fight grappling?
Yeah.
Yep.
Grappling super fights in the cage
Ooh,
on Friday.
You might got my interest.
Cage
MMA
grappling.
fights.
You
on,
might got my, because if I'm not going to fight on the 15th, you might got my interest
Just
there.
saying. Ethan Goss. Are you brown or black? Did you get your black belt?
I get black. I get my black in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll still be a brown belt
I'll be
in
a
July.
brown belt, yeah.
All right. All right. We could do
Put 'em on
this.
the list.
Yeah,
We
we'll
could do
see.
this. We
We'll
could
see
do
how
this.
my.
You just made the list.
You just made the list. Oh,
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and for sure, all the support on this show was wild. I know we've on social media, on the website, in person, texting. It's been a
Pay-per-view.
wild whirlwind for us. So thank you guys for everything. We're still going through all the footage, pictures. We'll have so much more from this event to come. But we figured start it out with the Champion Studio.
that's right. That's right. So thank you guys for having me. It was my pleasure. Always an honor to
You're the
come out
man,
here and do
dude.
this.
Yeah,
So-
thank you for representing the belt well. We're honored to have you, but like I said, we hope that's the last one.
Me too. Me too. I love you guys, but I don't want to
peace.
see. I don't want to see Ryan anymore.
We'll be interviewing you as you go into your UFC fight.
I'll still do your commentary though. I'll
thanks,
still come do your
Means a lot.
commentary. So
Peace
Peace out.
later.
Later, taters.
Oh man.